Hey, can you have a, do you guys have phone? Yeah, you got a phone. Okay, good. Just so someone has a phone.
That's always good, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, well, looky here. Look at these projects.
So cool.
It is very cool, and that means Becky is back. Becky's back in the house, so welcome, Becky.
Lots of inspiration today.
Welcome, Becky Thrap. She's here. She brought in phone cases, heritage albums. I call them her Tim Holtz makes, although I know that that is a 49 and Market make. So Tim Holtz and 49 and Market makes, which you're going to love to hear about. She's got a fabric book to celebrate our new fabric line. And look at the Christmas. Oh gosh, the new Christmas Spectacular. So Becky's here, so get your coffee, don't go away. We're going to be right back, Becky. We have a couple things to show, and I'm going to hand this. Teresa's here too.
Okay.
I guess I didn't show Teresa. And Teresa, we have Becky's mom here too. She's over here in the gallery. So there's Helen.
Hi, Becky's mom.
So Becky's mom is
Helen.
here.
Hi, Helen.
So we got our little rope here, Teresa. So come on over.
Oh, yes.
There's a couple things I wanted to show, and I forgot all about it yesterday, so I'm going to show you guys today because it's pretty exciting. First of all, check out my necklace. I guess it could be a necklace or a wall hanging, but when we had our Groovy Week,
That's very
and
cool.
we talked about macrame and the owls, and I think I mentioned how I love doing macrame back in my, I don't know, junior high years. And then Kathleen was in, and she made this.
Oh,
Teresa,
wow.
she actually made this little owl for me.
That's pretty
and then
cool.
look at the little card. It says, "You're a hoot."
Oh.
So Kathleen, I wasn't here when you
That's
came
cute.
in, and I'm so sorry. But she said she enjoys our videos. She says they are a hoot. And she said, you ladies and gentlemen, so Doug, you are included once again. And so she made me a vintage handmade owl macrame necklace. So Kathleen,
cool.
thank you very much. That's so sweet. You guys are so good to us. And then we're going back to our groovy hippie days. And I don't have this put together, but Melissa was in, and she made us all little treats. Now this, did you guys, I don't know if anybody showed this. This was when I was out for a week or so, but I've got a little VW van, and it's got all these laser cut pieces with flowers.
They're fun.
And it says peace, love. I don't know what else it says in here. And then she made us a big one. Do you think anybody showed that, Teresa?
I would think so, but
Well,
it's hanging
let's
up
walk
now.
up here. Since we're talking groovy, let's just go right up here. She also made us a lemon back for our lemon days. So Melissa has started a tradition, because here's our lemon from last year when we had lemon days, and then she's got our peace and love peace car here, the VW van
We
that
need to
she
get
made.
a photo in there.
And we're
We
going to
don't
put it,
have
we've
one.
got a really good photo.
Oh, do
so
we?
We're going to print that
Okay.
and get it in there. So Melissa, thank you so much. That was really crazy and way beyond what we ever expected. And then Teresa, we have a few more cards to show.
Okay.
I just can't believe it's August, and I want to tell everybody welcome to August, because it's amazing that it's August already.
I know.
In what, 8 days it'll be Iowa State Fair time, and that's
Oh,
going to be
gosh.
fun. All right, check this out that Sue sent. Sue sent
so
us this
cute.
card, and it's got Katie and Maggie from, I think that might have been our kickoff Groovy Day, and they're in their groovy outfits. And Sue says, just wanted to send you a have a good day. In fact, a groovy kind of day. Thank you for everything. And then we got another thank you card, and this is from Denise, and this is made with, whoops, I got my wire hung up, Teresa. This is made with the Simple Stories and washi.
It looks quilt-like.
And
like
she addressed it to my memory-bound friends, which is really sweet. Yeah, it looks like she put it together, and then she ran it through an embossing folder.
Very cool.
And then for Christmas in July, Lori sent us a Christmas card. So, Lori, you've always got a great sense of humor, and we love it. But look how it opens. It's kind of fun.
Oh, that
Teresa,
is fun.
I think maybe we should
make a
you
card
should
like
figure that out, and let's do that in one of our demos. I've seen them where they're kind of cut off, but never where they're like that. So, Lori, we did get your Christmas card, so thank you. Made us feel a little bit cooler. And then I got a card from Kim, and I just want to show it because it is so beautiful. Whoops, I keep getting hung up there. It's got a little truck on it, and then it opens up and it's dimensional.
Oh, wow.
So Kim, thank you. That's beautiful, and I think I might just set it up like that on my desk so I can enjoy it. And the flowers have a little bit of foil on them. And then we also want to show you our
Yes.
fabric wall.
I know.
We've been, can we say de-stashing a little bit? We've been de-stashing a little bit, and we've got our fabric wall set up.
I love it.
We've got
Makes me
bundles.
happy.
You can buy it by the half yard, the yard, and just wait because Tim's got a video coming up
He
on
does.
his YouTube channel in what, 3 weeks maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
This Saturday, be sure and watch Tim because he's going to be showing his new Ranger product, his new paste and his sprays, and his old sprays for Halloween.
Yep.
So, Teresa, have I forgotten anything that you can think of?
I don't think so. Were you going to show those little swatches?
They're
No.
just we're
They're
getting
just
ready.
there.
They're just here, but they're just here.
Okay.
Becky though has a fabric book that she's going to show us, and she's added some of the Tim Holtz fabric to it. So people have been asking, how do I use the fabric? And
Yeah.
she's going to show us how. So all right, well we're off to a
Okay.
Tuesday. No, Wednesday. I got my days screwed up,
It
Teresa.
is Wednesday.
We're off to a Wednesday. We're off to a good start. It's hump day. They want to know if we have a black and white checkered ribbon. Teresa, you want to check that out for us?
Sure.
Should we do that under the table or what would be easier? We're using a different sound system. I want to tell everybody we've had some sound issues, and I am so sorry about that. I think some of it was Facebook and some of it was memory bound. So we are trying to remedy that. We're using a different microphone system, and I think it's working pretty well. Let's see. Susie likes the fabric. They love the fabric wall. And Becky loves fabric too. She sews on a lot of her projects.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
well, Becky, where do you want to start?
Let's do these and then we can get them out of the way.
Okay.
That
And
sound good?
Colleen has a comment, and yes, the dictionary fabric is back. We just have to do some cutting. And they love the sound. It's good. And then
Good.
there's we need to do a dump. Is there anything we can dump today? Teresa, do we have anything we can dump today? Okay, here's our ribbon, Teresa. Thank you. There's looks like a 1/2 inch and maybe a 1/4 inch. And this isn't online, so if you're not a local yokel, you can just call us and we'll be happy to get that for you. Teresa's going to find something for us to dump. We put her on a mission. Well, we could, why don't we dump these things?
You want to dump that?
They're not really dumpers, but
Okay.
they would be really good, I think. So we'll
Okay.
do that. So Becky, where do you want to start
Let's
with your
start with
Christmas
these so we can
projects?
move them
Okay.
away because these will be quick.
They'll be
This
quick.
one, I'm going to have to put it down so I can see it. so I
Yeah,
can describe it.
that's fine. That's good.
Oops. This one I used all my old 49 and market from the last 2 years. And I should have been cleaning and getting ready for the crop, and I did this
You
instead.
did that instead? Becky
this
was
is-
at our Christmas in July crop last weekend at the Marriott here in Ankeny.
And this is just taking a panel board, or what do you call it, canvas board.
Yeah, a canvas board.
And covered it with paper. And
I do recognize that paper.
yeah, that's, I think last year's maybe.
Uh-huh, I think so.
And then did a frame, punch out I love these.
Those
What
are
are
the
they?
laser cuts.
Cuts,
And
the
we're
laser
going to dump
cuts.
that so you
Yeah.
can see it. They're not really going to dump, but they're going to kind of slip out of the bag. How
And
about
it's
that?
yeah, and it's a combination of last year's and this year's, or the last 2 years, I guess. And I just put the clear, was it Morning Dew?
Yeah.
Nuvo drops over the big berries, and then a dark red over the smaller ones.
So you could use the Nuvo drops called Morning Dew. I thought maybe you put red on there, but the red just
It just
came right
pops
through.
with the other, yeah.
Or you could use glossy accents.
Yep.
Whichever you have.
And then I used my little date stamp to put the month and year. And yes, I'm that old. And just play with all your little
Well, and
ephemera.
it's interesting because your photo is at an angle. So it doesn't have to be, I think this one's at an angle and your other one is more straight up and down.
So just take this didn't take much. This was just scraps. Take your scraps and just throw them together and
It looks
play.
like a 6x6.
Yep.
But I do love the enamel dots. I'm going to get it up a little close, or not enamel dots, I'm sorry, the Nuvo drops.
Nuvo drops.
So you can kind of get a better look at them there. Very cute.
And then this one I used the new 49 at Market. And I just used some of the laser cuts I think this is the only thing, this rickrack was in the old collection, but otherwise I think it's all the new. And I did the same thing, I did rub-ons, and on the little light rub-ons, I think they're in a couple places, I used the Morning Dew as well.
Oh, those are the rub-ons.
Yeah, this
so
is the rub-on.
The rub-ons then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot the rub-ons, sorry.
Can you, the ones on the,
The
top,
one on
right,
this-
right
this
here,
one.
Penny.
On top corner. That one. But it's got these lights, it's got these bells are cute too.
Those are
And the
rub-ons, the
stitching,
little
yeah,
bells?
the little bells are rub-ons.
So these are the rub-ons that she's talking about. Now we've moved on to Christmas Spectacular, which is the 2023 Christmas collection from 49 and Market, and it is spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the little bells. So you get 6 sheets of rub-ons for $11.99, so they're about $2 for each sheet. And they're 5 by 7 maybe, or 6, oh, they're 6 by 8.
And then I just added the laser cuts, some buttons.
Is this luster wax around
Yes,
the edge?
I did the rose gold, and I was putting it around the edge, and I put some green Nuvo drops, and I didn't like them, and I kind of messed up on one by putting the luster wax. So I'm like, I'm putting it over all of
I
it
think
because I
it
didn't
looks
like the drops.
So the luster wax comes in gold, silver, and rose gold.
And this is the rose gold. And you just get it on your finger and just rub around the edge. But down here on this ephemera, I messed up, and I don't know if I was talking to somebody or what I did, but I got some on it. So I'm like,
I think it looks good, though.
so then I rubbed it all over to make it look intentional.
Right, right.
So it didn't look like a mistake. So
We don't have the luster wax here, but I'm sure Janet will link it, and you can kind of get a better idea of what the luster wax
yeah,
is.
it's just a little
put
jar.
it on your finger and just rub it on. I really like it.
And
I
it
like
lasts
to use it.
a long time.
Right, and it
because-
smells good.
Yeah, and I've used the rose gold many times, and I still have a ton.
It would be fun to just do a bunch of these and put them all across your mantle on different different sizes.
Yeah. And I did cover the back just because I don't know where I'm going to set it, and if it's showing, you know,
Right.
then
Yep,
the
I
back's
agree.
covered.
I like the back cover. Let's see the back of your other one.
I think it's just
So you just took paper and
yeah,
covered
just
the
took
back.
yeah.
Perfect.
So we can get those out of the way.
Chris is watching, and we were just wondering about Chris. We were just wondering about you, and she was getting called to jury duty, and we were wondering if she got called or not. Okay, so what we're going to do, it is Wednesday and it's hump day, so we are going to open up these 2 packages and show you the Christmas Spectacular paper, the 6x8 paper, and then we have not opened this up, the lasers. These are the general laser cuts. So Becky's going to, ooh, wow.
I love that paper, and that's on the back of the front. And this
It's
is
on the back of the front.
Well,
The
you know
packaging,
what I
know,
mean. Yeah.
I know.
And then this is the one I used, and that's got the red.
You can't go wrong with a good stripe,
No.
for sure.
And this is green. And then
There's
the
the other
princess.
side. I really like this gold color that they put in there.
Sorry.
We're making Becky work today.
And then this is a different one. And then the back is the green.
And the thing about 49 and Market, it's an amazing product and it's beautiful, but it's really nice people also.
And I love this one. I think that's just
yes.
really cool.
And these come in a 12 by 12 also. We're calling it dumping the 6x8 tablet so you can see what it is. And what's kind of cool is you can cut these in half, and you've got card backgrounds for A2 cards.
And this is perfect to cut apart if you want.
Lots of little ephemera pieces there if you cut it apart.
And on the red.
There's a good red that's solid but not solid.
And this is like the other one, but going the opposite direction.
It's nice they do some landscape and some horizontal. They do a really good job with that.
And the same thing with this one.
Becky, are we getting 3 of each paper?
I think it's, let me count. 1, 2, 3. 3
So
it looks
3
like.
of each paper.
And then you've got your cut apart sheet.
Oh, this is what you used. Didn't you use this on your
I don't know if I used that one or a different one, because that comes in the. I used a different one. Yeah,
okay,
it was
but you
a Mary.
could use that one if
Yeah.
you wanted to.
Yeah, if you cut that out.
I think it's really cool how they take the packaging, or they put cut aparts on one side and paper on the other, and then the packaging.
And then,
Becky
like
was
here's the
saying.
back, and this is what you get for that. But there's only one sheet of that. But
So you've got to use it wisely.
yes.
Very wisely.
So there's those.
Okay.
We'll put those together
Yeah,
later.
just set them back there. Someone will clean that up later. Someone will clean that up later. Probably me. And now these are the laser cuts, and we haven't opened up the package on these.
I'm gonna move
And
this
so I'm
we
pretty
don't-
excited
so we have
because
some room. These
they're
are
bigger
cool.
than you think. Also, don't. Oh my gosh, I love it already.
Oh, there's more cut aparts.
So this is the back of the package, and it's kind of cool that they don't waste anything, and they give you, it's kind of a bonus. They give you a bonus, and then here's 2 of the sheets.
And I love this one.
Which one do you love?
The
This mailbox?
yeah. Letters to Santa.
And look at these ribbons.
And the bells.
And you've got words. So these are the general laser cuts from Christmas Spectacular. Ooh, and we got more greenery.
And then here you've got a letter to Santa Claus, which I think would be cute.
And there's another little post office and stamps.
Santas. And the ornaments are kind of cool too when they hang down.
Oh, very neat. I love it. And those are $7.99. And Shelly says she loves the packaging, and you're so right. Don't throw any of your 49 Market packaging away because you will want to use it. And these come out easy too.
Yeah, they just punch out really slick.
I'm afraid they're delicate.
Yeah, so I don't want to.
Okay, so I think we can say that we did our dump today,
Yeah.
Becky.
Yep, I think so.
I
don't
hope
want anything
Maggie's
to pop
watching.
out.
She'll be proud of us.
Okay.
She'll be proud of us. So that was our Christmas project.
That's the
from
Christmas.
Spectacular.
So while we're doing Christmas,
Oh,
let's do
yeah,
the
let's
Christmas
do it.
book. I'm not a sewer. Let's just say that right
I
up
thought
front.
you were a sewer.
I mean, I sew cards, and
Okay,
I
but you
can
don't,
mend.
you're not making your own clothes.
But as
or
my mom
quilts?
says, I am not a seamstress.
Okay, and her mom is here today, so we can confirm that.
But I used this as a base, which everybody's been doing,
And that's a fabric
which
journal
makes
from
it so
Tim
much
Holtz.
easier because it's already.
And we need to open this, Becky.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
We should open it so you can see what she started with, because what Becky ended up with. Look at this.
And
I'm
it
going to go
gets
from the
thick.
side. It is amazing, and it holds a lot.
Yeah, and it comes with this tie, but you don't have to use it. And I used
It
it.
looks like you didn't.
I used it for the loops,
Okay.
but that's it. It just comes and it's already done, and you can cut any of these, and I think some of them have cut different pages. And these you can leave apart. They're shorter. You can leave them like that and have individual pages, or you can sew them as pockets. And when you do your material, you can leave it loose on the top, which I'll show you over here, to make pockets.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Or you can just stitch it down. And then it has several more of these pages. And then you've got some more of these. And again, you can cut these shorter, do whatever you want, and just play.
That's amazing that Becky went from this
To that.
to that.
And I did not, I think Alicia put that batting in there. I forget what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that
yes.
I can't remember. Do you know what it's called?
No, I don't. I don't know.
But
what
she put it in there, which would make this even thicker.
kind of make it puff out a little.
Yeah. But you really don't need that because, like I said, this is puffed up enough from
Bit. Yes, I think you did well.
Yeah. So I just stitched around the edges. I kind of laid it out. I knew I wanted this Santa on the front because I thought he was pretty dang cute. So I just added some material, added some of this Tim Holtz velvet ribbon.
Oh, that's like Teresa's favorite. And you can see it right
Yeah.
Here's the green from the cool colors. But
Yeah.
you also get good reds. And,
Yep. And I used
and
some of
creams and
those. Well,
golds
here's
from
one of the
warm
reds right
colors.
here.
Oh, there we go.
And on the, like I said, to tie it, to make it more, sure, I don't think I needed to do this, but I
But it
put
looks
these little
cool.
bindings, and I used this off of the, no, I
Good.
didn't. I did not. You know what I did? I was going to. I used
Did you
these.
use these, the stitch scraps?
Yeah, I think it's these right here.
So there are the stitch scrap. There's 2 different stitched scrappy things. There's stitch scraps, and then Becky, I got to walk over here
Okay.
because I think they're right over here. Whoops, I forgot though. We're
We're
hooked
tethered.
I forgot we're hooked together.
Like, how far are
Sorry.
you going?
We have wire now. We're using this other microphone thing. Let me kick Becky's wires under the table. And then, well, this is Stitch Scraps Basics, and that must be something called different.
Stitch Scraps.
So there's two different ones.
I didn't know they were different.
Well, I actually found these on the same hook over on the wall. So there are two different ones, but you use this one.
Well, actually, I think I have,
She probably
both,
has both.
and I
If
just-
I know Becky, she has both.
and I didn't realize it. Yeah, I think they're just thrown in a thing together. So yeah, I think because I
Okay.
know I use some of those too.
And that's what you use right here.
And
on
I
the
use
spine.
that, and then I inked. And like Diane, I got to ink everything.
Well, of course. And did you use distress ink or?
Yes, I
oxide
used a
distress ink?
distress ink. And then I just used a loop pin, a bell, a little token, Christmas token, and of course the little Tim Holtz diamonds.
I know. I should have worn my diamond earrings
Yeah.
today. My Tim Holtz diamond earrings. I kind of forgot about them.
And then this was just one of those, I forget what they're called, the little buttons. There's
Yeah.
a name for them.
Yeah, there is, but I don't remember it either, and that's okay. Oh, you know, all the new Christmas ideology hopefully will be out. Well, it'll probably be out in September.
I did for these. I did use this, and then I put a ribbon, stitched
how'd
a
you do
ribbon.
that? You
I just stitched a ribbon down the center,
Oh, okay.
and
so
then I just stitched it in.
all right,
like
made
that.
a little loop.
Yeah, and then I just used the velvet ribbon again.
Flare. Jan says
Flare,
flare.
yes,
Thank
that's
you.
it.
Thank you. Thank
That
you,
is it.
everybody.
And then again, just stitched fabric
That's-
down,
And this is the fabric that we have right now, guys. If you
cut out the
wanted
word.
both of those we have.
Yep. And then I just glued ephemera to it, added a piece of twine, and that's it.
And Becky, what kind of adhesive do you use for your glue?
Well,
Is it liquid or
I used art glitter glue.
art glitter glue? So a liquid glue.
Yeah.
Wo-
But
works
all this
good.
is stitched in on this I
Your
glued.
ephemera, though, you use
Yeah,
the
I used
liquid
the-
glue, but
and
everything else is stitched.
on the I used frosted crystal on this.
Oh,
'cause-
you did.
yeah, because I didn't want it shiny,
Okay.
and I don't know if you can really see that with the
You
light.
can see it, but I know what you
But you
mean
can
'cause
feel
it
it.
isn't shiny. Yeah.
Yeah. And then here I just sewed this piece on to this piece and then made a pocket. And then I had this, and I don't know, I've had it in my stash for a long time.
I don't know
a
if
Santa
we've had
belt.
Santa belts. I don't know if we have any right now or not. We
So
have
it's
to
just
look
a
and see.
Santa belt that I just glued on to the pocket and glued it so that it wouldn't move around.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made a little tag, put a picture on it, and this was an Elizabeth Craft die actually. Added this was from last year. And then put another picture on the back. And then I just stuck that in there. And then this is one that I did not sew the fabric to the back on the top. So I just made another tag. Now, watch your measurements because you can't get too close to this centerpiece because you've got so much bulk. Maybe you can see it better. Like in here, you've got so much bulk by the time you get doing this that your foot feed won't go all the way over.
Okay.
So I stitched like way in. And then I made a tag for here, and then I realized it was too big.
Oh.
So later there's two tags in one spot because I couldn't use it here. So then I had to make another tag, and I just put that wallpaper that he had, Christmas wallpaper, and cut it to the right size, and then put pictures stapled with the tiny attacher, the ribbon, and then just stamped on the back.
That's really cute. Oh my
So-
gosh, people are loving this. You should see the hearts. They're going like
Well, good.
crazy. And there is a question.
Yes.
Jan wants to know if you use a fabric stabilizer. She's
No.
not okay, no, she does not
Nope.
use it. I think you might need that if you want to die cut your fabric, and we
And
have
you-
ordered some to kind of test.
Yeah. So let us all know because I want to know that too if I can
Okay,
die
we
cut.
will.
And this was just something I had, so I just glued it on and made a little square pocket. And then now you can see I had a lot of extra fabric here, so I did art glitter that down. Art glitter glued it
okay.
down,
Art glitter glued it.
and I glued that. Any of it here, I just glued it down because it was flopping and I didn't like
Right,
that.
just to keep it.
Yeah. And then later I thought I have a smaller foot that I probably should have put on, and I didn't even think about it till I was all done.
Oh, so you could have got
So I
closer
think I
to the
could have got
edge.
closer. But
You do sound like a sewer, a seamstress.
I'm not really, no.
You got the jargon going now.
So then I just used one of Tim's tags and put some pictures on it, did a little messy bow. And then here I had an old, this was on a tag, a Christmas tag once, and I saved
And
it,
you
so I
saved
just
it?
glued that on there. And these were just simple Story Christmas or Tim Holtz, I don't remember which
Something
one.
you had in your stash.
Yeah.
So save, if you get those,
Yes.
you
Get
know,
your stash.
be on the lookout for good stuff that you might want to use in your projects.
And it could be something simple like that you got off of a package. It doesn't have to be.
And it's a wow.
Yeah. And then this is the shorter pages like in here. So I just I stitched the edges together and not the top so that I could have a pocket.
So she put the twos together, sewed the two together on the
Yeah,
top
and
the
I just
bottom.
cut this out of that material that's got all the different pieces,
yeah,
you know.
the one with all the different.
So I cut this out and stitched them down, stitched some Christmas ribbon I
I
had.
love that ribbon of yours. We're going to have to look for that.
And then these were just chipboard words and a frame. And I added Diane's glitter mix to the top of both of those.
Let me zoom in. We have not talked about Diane's glitter mix this year. This is our first for 2023. She uses the fine glitter like the
Tim
rock
Holtz,
candy,
yeah.
or the Sizzix has a nice fine glitter, and then she mixes it with diamond dust.
Diamond dust.
And she made me a container of it last Christmas, Becky, so I got to get it out and use
Yeah.
it.
And then I just put a loop pin, a button, a charm, and then I had gotten these, and I just did a rub-on, Tim Holtz rub-on, and then covered it with collage medium so that it won't rub off.
Oh,
with
that's
the other
a good idea.
charms.
So if you put your rub-ons on something, put the collage medium over
Yeah.
the top.
And then I just made a tag to go in the middle, and then here's
That looks like one of these
That's one of
things.
those.
From
And I
the
just
stitch
kind of
scraps.
inked that up
She frayed it.
and stapled it on, and then I also glued it on. And then I just put a piece of ephemera and a picture, and done.
I love that you have pictures in here.
And then this one, I just stitched some of the ribbon.
You must not hoard your ribbon like Teresa does. Your velvets.
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
And then I liked this too. It was on that material, so I cut it out and just made an extra pocket out of that. And then just one of your cards, Christmas
yep, I
cards.
love that. We do have those available.
With a little clip. And then I had these in my stash from years ago, and I just spelt out a word. It reminded me to use it because it was on that material.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I've got some of those.
I'm impressed that you know what you have and you were able to pull stuff out of your stash.
And then this, I just used a piece of ephemera, and it was shiny as well, so I just put frosted crystal on that.
So frosted crystal is an embossing powder, and instead of like drying shiny, it looks like those, like your shower doors that are kind of pebbly.
Yeah, it's just bumpy.
Let me see. Maybe I can get this up a little closer so people can see it. Oh, there. Oh, that's perfect. So you can kind of see what it looks like. And Becky, when you use this, is there a trick to heating it?
You just
Because
keep
you
it
don't
off
want
the
to overheat it,
No,
right?
you don't want to overheat it. But as soon as you can tell a difference, because it's kind of a white, powdery look. And then when you do it, it just you can see the image below.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Becky, could you get us some frosted crystal embossing powder, please?
And then this page, I just glued on I stitched a pocket and then just glued ephemera on it.
So all of this fabric is what we just showed you on our wall. So if you like what you see, it's online. There's a whole category called fabric. You can buy it by the half yard, the yard, or you can buy it in our bundles. And Becky, you probably heard, but we have our own cut size that we call the crafter's cut.
Well, and it
which
works
is
good
12 by
because
22. Yeah,
you can get all the different kinds by getting the packs.
right, yeah.
And then I did a little square on the bottom with some velvet ribbon again. And then this was a piece off the edge
Oh,
of
really?
the fabric. And so I just stitched that on.
Oh my gosh.
And then this is the tag I made and it wouldn't fit. So I just stuck that in. And then I had used what are these?
Is that a journal card?
Yeah, pocket card.
Pocket card?
Yeah.
They're kind of calling them by both. We've been mixed up because they're using both names.
And then I did the age tape, and I stamped on it and just put a paper clip on it. And then I added a couple pictures, stamped the lights on there. And that's it for that one. Then this page, I used some ribbon on top of the material, or underneath the material, to make a pocket. And you guys used to sell that ribbon.
Yeah, we might still have it. I'm not sure.
And then this was from last year.
From Merry Makers. Thank you.
From Merry Makers. So I just used that. And then this was when I did my Christmas demo last year. I had showed how to make this little book, and I had the pieces. So I'm like, I'm going to throw it in here. So all this is your coin pocket, file folder, and then this slide frame.
So these are the three, or the two Tim Holtz. This is collector, and I think this might be specimen. So she used, you said you used this one.
That one, the file folder, and then this.
Okay. So
and then you make this
different
book.
dies.
And the coin envelope, you don't seal, you just leave it open. So that's on the outside. So I just stamped on it with that Cizik definition.
Oh, yes.
That stamp.
That's our top seller of the year.
I like that.
It just came in.
Put a little flare on it, and then this sticker. And then you can have, since you don't seal it, you have a pocket, and I just put some ephemera in that. And then I got a smaller pocket card, stamped on it, put a picture on it, and then on the back I added a sticker and the snowman.
Cute.
And then this is the file folder. So I just put a picture on that, and then just took one of the flower
another pocket card
and made it into a tag and a fussy ribbon.
And Janet posted earlier that if you want to go out to our blog and type in Becky in the search bar, you'll see all of Becky's visits and her projects that she's had here at Memory Valley.
And we talked more in detail how to do this on that last Christmas. And then here's the inside of the file folder, because now you can kind of see it looks like a file folder.
It does. It looks more. So you basically did the file folder and then folded it in half.
And that's the same way with the coin envelope.
That you did.
You fold it in half.
That's such a good idea.
And then the slide, I just folded it in half, put a picture in it, put a little sticker, and then put a picture on the back of it to make that its own little page. You can leave it open if you want, or you can glue it shut. Another little picture, another little sticker, and then picture sticker. And this is one of the collage tiles that I put on.
I remember those.
I just stamped a couple stamps, and then this was one of those papers that you made last year with the Santas.
It's one of our vintage images, yeah.
And turned it into a Santa, stamped on this side, and a sticker. And this is the back side of your coin folder, or your coin thing.
And you can kind of see that now.
Yeah.
That this whole piece is your coin, and there's the little flap at the top.
And then
That's
I didn't do anything
clever.
in the back. And then I just, whoops,
Stuff's coming
lost
out.
my ephemera. Oops, I lost another one too. Anyway, and then I just tied it, and then I did one of Diane's clips, a little bell, and a little snowflake charm.
Oh, yes. So that's a paper clip with the paper wrapped around it. So, Becky, there's a question. They want to know what stamp you used on the cover of your book.
This one?
On the front of your, I think the front.
I didn't
no, it
stamp
must
it.
be that one.
I
Can
will
you get
show.
us the
I got one.
dictionary Christmas.
I got it.
Oh, Becky's got one here.
Just in case I brought it. It's this one. It's
Okay.
Cizik's.
So this is brand new from Cizik's, and it's got your Christmas words and then the definitions. And there's Becky's. And wow, you've got a nice storage system going on there.
It works.
She's organized. And
Somewhat.
it's funny because that stamp is from Cizik's, and we don't think of Cizik's as being
Yeah.
our stamp company, but I just
But that
talked
worked
to
out.
our sales rep yesterday, and they're expanding on more
Well, good.
things like that. and going to have more stamps. And I told them to bring in more of those definition stamps.
I like those.
Because even, don't you think, like if they did a Valentine or a family one, other holidays, maybe fall or Halloween, I would buy it.
And then this page, all I did a ribbon down it. Here, you can't see much of it. And then I did another cut apart thing. Ephemera and a picture.
And Becky, I want to mention that the stamp is $12.99, which is a lower priced stamp, and you can tell from your book that it does stamp very well. Diane was the first to buy one of these. So you and Diane have a lot alike. You definitely do.
Did one of your flashcards. I think, well, maybe this, I don't know if it was yours or Tim's.
I think it might be memory bounds. I'm not sure, but I like how you corner rounded 2 corners, opposite corners, and then left 2
Well, no, I did little ones here. I did bigger ones here and little ones here.
Oh, okay, now I see that. Very cool.
And then to make this pocket, this is one of the short ones, I took the ribbon and kind of folded it over and then stitched.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of a sewing trick.
Yeah. And then this was an old Christmas card.
Oh my gosh.
And then I just scored the center.
Is that you, Becky?
That's me and my brother, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
Sitting
then,
very proper.
and then I just stapled in some ribbon.
And then made it into a book.
Yeah. And then just covered it with paper on the other side. Did one of the stamps, a picture, and some ephemera. And then did, again, just stamps and pictures.
Very cool.
So then that was to put in here. And then here, I really like this one too.
Is that from that
That's
Christmas
from the,
fabric
that's
that
got
has
all the different, yeah.
Okay.
So I had to come back and get more of this stuff because I didn't have
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And there's his mirrored stars.
And I just put alcohol ink and I did mushroom on those. So that's that page.
That is a good panel.
Well, it's just pretty. I didn't want to mess it up. So then this one I just stitched flannel onto another flannel and then made a top pocket.
Hey, I don't think we've had a top pocket before.
And then did ribbon down below, a piece of ephemera, and then again I used those squares that I've had for a long time. And I kind of use it for a stopper for this picture so that it kind of holds it in there. And then I used the top of a tag and then stamped it, put some stickers, and put one of those elements pieces on.
Oh, the little stitch pieces that I lost here. Oh, there's the stars. I missed that. There's the mirrored stars.
I love those.
I missed the loop pins way back when. There's the loop pins. I'm not doing a very good job. And then here's the stitched scraps.
And then, like I said, this is a top of a tag, and then just sticker, and that's it. And like I said, I put this here so it'll keep it from falling.
Your letters kind of, I see that now.
And then here I did another pocket with one of those pieces off that same material. And then I took one of your Santas and I double-sided it. And then I put a Jingle Bell Brad.
Cute. Yeah, that's really cute.
Thing and added a little clip. And then I like this Santa, but it's always so big I never use it. So I frosted crystalled it as well.
Oh my gosh, she frosted crystalled everything. Frosted crystalled. We can see it. You can see it there, what it does. It's a good idea to take, if you don't want the glossiness, because a lot of the Tim Holtz chipboard is a little shiny.
And then I just took a tag, added a milk cap, stamped it with that.
That's the new
stamp.
Notes.
Yeah.
Penny, can you get us that new stamp set that's some note quotes or something?
I got that too.
Okay.
And it's
the
the
one
number.
that
This one.
Teresa uses all the time. Oh, here. Becky's got it right here.
Okay.
So here's that one, note quotes. It's $29.99 and it's got lots of sayings.
And I use this one too quite a bit.
And there's
in
the
different
postcards.
spots. And I use that in the different circles.
So if you notice, Becky, and somebody asked about your storage. So these are right on the plastic acrylic that they come on, and the Tim Holtz stamps are pre-punched.
Yeah, so they fit
And then
perfect.
you just found a notebook that they fit in?
Well, I found this notebook with these pockets,
Oh, okay.
and I just put it in there.
So they might be a standard punch that you could even put in a 8.5 by 11 or something.
Yeah. So that's what I did.
Very handy dandy.
And then here I just used another milk, so it's on both sides, a milk cap, and then just added ephemera. And that I made 2 pockets on this page. I made one here and one here. So I cut this one a little short. And then again, I just inked it all up. And then this one, I just made a pocket out of the music. Added a little clip with some charms and a button. Put a picture.
There's our loop pin again.
Yep. And then here's some more of that fabric element thing and one of your Santas. And then just put a picture on the back.
Oh, that's so cute.
And this I did just glue it because I didn't think about this until after I had already stitched it. So I just glued it in. So I didn't know how I didn't want to hand stitch it.
So you have a loop on each side, and then
I
your
put the
velvet
ribbon. So, and I glued it so it doesn't fall out because I was
your
afraid
ribbon is glued in. Oh, good idea.
because I didn't want to lose my ribbon.
Right.
So I glued it inside of there.
That is okay. So that you could use that idea technique for a lot of projects.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you do have those loose ribbons, they fall on the floor when you
Yeah, I
open them,
didn't want to lose it.
especially when it's a Tim Holtz velvet ribbon.
Yes, can't lose
Do
that.
not want to lose that.
Flare with some glitter mix on top. Same thing, I did glitter mix on the snowflake. And then this, I just took a piece of ephemera that was this shape.
Right, the round.
Put a picture, and then I took that chain
Oh yeah,
and I laid it around there.
oh my gosh, very cool.
So that's my book.
That's amazing, Becky. And how long did it take you to make that?
Well, I thought I was going to get a lot done at the crop. But I didn't want to take my sewing machine, so I sewed the fabric onto the book itself, but I didn't do anything else. So when I got there, I inked everything and I made all the tags, and this took me part of Friday and most of Saturday.
So is that something you'll put out like at Christmas
Yeah.
then? Yeah, that's really good.
Yep, and so I'm going to do a Halloween one next, but it's going to be a little bit.
All right, we won't
Yeah, but
don't make any commitments.
But I do want to. I've got all the fabric to do a Halloween one. So,
Well, and I just want to mention if our viewers are wanting Halloween fabric, what we have is what we have. We can't get any more than what's in stock because right now it's sold out from the fabric distributors. So if you're wanting Halloween fabric, give us a call and don't wait too long.
yep. But a lot of you've already got it.
Yes, they have. And we had a question about our
Yes.
next cropping event out at the hotel, and that is going to be September 29th, 30th, and October 1st. And it's Memory Bound's 22nd anniversary. So
Here, let's
I
get
think
some
we'll
of
be
this.
celebrating all weekend.
That'll be fun. Let's get this moved out of the way.
Look at these. Becky's
Okay.
into phone cases now, guys.
Yeah. So I saw Annette Green do these, and I thought, I got to do that. So I made this one. This was my case, and I made this
This is
first.
her real phone right here. in
Yeah,
the
this is
middle.
my real phone. But it had this circle in it, and I didn't like that. So, because I'm like, that worked. I made it work for here, but it's not going to work for everything. So
Oh,
then,
your phone has the circle?
yeah, my phone has the circle.
Oh, I thought you put that on there. And I'm like,
No.
well, why don't you just take it off if you didn't like it?
No,
Okay.
and she had said something about, when you buy a case, they range everywhere from $5 up.
Right.
But this one, I didn't realize how bad, and I'll take it off, had yellowed.
I think mine has yellowed a little bit too.
Because
but
when you take
it goes
this
with your
out-
style.
It's kind of yuck.
Yeah, okay.
So I went and bought these two, and I
So
did,
the case has that on it?
yeah.
Oh.
It's for that
okay.
charge, when you can charge it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what that's
I got
for.
it now. I don't have a case like that,
Yeah.
so I was a little confused.
So this is my summer one. Then I made this fall,
It's got summer and fall.
and I just put stamps Here, let me take.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
probably
take it
easier
out
to
because
take
it's
it out.
glaring a little bit, so that's
And
good.
to do these, everybody's phone's different. So what you do, you take your case, trace around your case, trace around your hole, and then cut it out. So you don't really need a pattern because, like I said, everybody's is different.
It's all different, so you
Yeah.
just trace your own
So
case.
trace your own case. And then I stenciled on it because you can see little stencils. I stamped.
Oh yeah, you can. There now, I don't
Yeah.
see that until you point it all
Yeah.
out.
And then I just added ephemera and I stamped a saying on it. And the same way with this. I did two rub-ons, 2B rub-ons, ephemera. This is a rub-on too, I think. And then I did the background stencil, just these dots all over. And then I just stamped a saying on the top.
Yeah, that's really, oh my gosh, these are fun. People are going to, I know what everybody's working on this afternoon. They're going to get their phones.
Well, you can use your scraps, and if you don't have any, you can always come in here and buy
yeah, it
a pack
doesn't
of
take
stuff.
much.
No. And then when I had this in there, I'm like, you really don't see all this that much. So then I thought, I'm not going to try to get my scissors in there to cut. So I cut it out. Well, later I'm like, well, this makes this kind of fragile. So then I went back to doing this again. But this one is super simple. This is just the paper. I winked of Stella on the bird.
Stella did.
Yes. Put some stencils in the background and then just did a stamp.
We have some good,
I mean, that took
we've got
me.
some good terminology going on today, Becky. Okay, so you can see the little bit of sparkle there from the Wink of Stella.
Yeah, so that took, 2 minutes to do? I mean, that took no time at all to do.
And how fun.
And none of these really took a lot of time. I guess I did Wink of Stella on the berries and the butterfly as well. And then for spring, I just took a background. Well, I did, again, I stenciled. And then I took a background stamp, word stamp, and just kind of put it in the background a little bit more. Same with this hello and this bug.
Hello's perfect for a phone case.
Yeah, and I did it down here as well. And then I took and I did the circle and I did the bug in there. So.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea.
And then this one I did for 4th of July, and this was just some old Bo Bunny papers that I had. And then on this paper, I did mica spray, a blue mica spray all over it. And I put did some star stamps, these little stamps. Well, then I put this Tim Holtz paper doll on there, and I colored it with the pencils.
Oh, the
watercolor pencils.
Yeah, the watercolor pencils.
Well, its legs were a dark color, and I must have put a lot of, that was what I did last, because I thought, well, maybe I could make them look a little blue. So I put some blue on the tights that she had on and put it in my phone case, and it must not have been dry.
Oh.
Because then when I took it out after the 4th of July and I went to put in this one again, I had these marks on my phone, and I'm like, what is that?
And it was her
It
legs.
was her legs. So
Her
then
leg
I'm like,
dye.
so then I'm like, now what do I do? I like this little girl. So I took a piece of paper and covered up the bottom and stamped it.
So see, you can always cover stuff up.
Yeah, fix your mistakes. Then for Halloween,
Becky loves Halloween, everybody.
I just took Halloween paper and then put ephemera, and I ripped her head off and put her head in her hand and put a skeleton head on it. And then just put stickers and ephemera all over.
This says Tim Holtz everywhere.
So that was an easy one as well. You just get out your Halloween stuff and put it on. And you can make these cutesy if you want. You know, you can use any papers, anything that you want.
Add a photo if you want to.
And it can be as simple as just the paper itself. If you want, you could just use the paper and not do anything else, or add a sentiment. So then, this one is, I just used memory bound. Well, I did a stencil first, and then I added memory bound stamp for Believe and the little snowflakes for memory bound.
So that must be our Merrymaker stamp from last year.
And then just added ephemera. I added some stickles, a little bit to the tree, and then I put it all over on that tree.
Okay.
So that's all I did to that. Again, takes no time.
It's pretty easy, and
whatsoever.
it's fun, and you can switch them out as much as you
want. So I made a bunch so I can switch them all the time. So then I like these guys.
Yeah, everybody likes Twig and Stump.
But there are a lot of layers, and you can put it in there, but I don't feel like my phone's in there securely. But I'm afraid
So you think it's too thick?
it's too thick with too many layers of paper.
So Twig and Stump might have to stay on your cards or your mixed
Yes.
media projects and not on your phone case.
Yeah, but I'll still use this. I'll cut this top part off and I'll stick it in a book or something. But I did want to show this little thing. See how the hat looks galvanized?
It does.
I took on black paper and used the mica sprays,
Oh.
and I think this is specimen. But I sprayed it and then I cut them out of there. So it looks like
this is just black paper, and then she sprayed it with, and all those mica sprays for Halloween are back in
Yeah.
stock.
and it just gives it the galvanized look.
So it does look much more metallic-y.
Yeah.
That's really neat. Becky.
So that's just a little tip.
Well, we love your tips. We learn a lot from you.
So
and we have some questions
Yes.
about this.
Yep.
Let me go back here. Are you using sturdy paper? Like what kind
No.
of paper? Is it just cardstock?
This is just cardstock. Like here, this is a sheet. What was this? This was 49 a
I was
market
going to say
paper.
that's the 49 a market truck.
That's Bo Bunny. This I don't remember what brand, but this was Tim's, and this is all 49 a market, and this was Tim's.
So it's normal
paper. It doesn't have to be
craft
thick.
paper that you have at home.
Anything.
And then they also want to know if you have used fabric in your phone case, or is that
No.
something you would try?
But you
think
could
it would
try
be too
it.
thick?
No,
Maybe
I bet
the
it's
flannel
okay.
might be too thick. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Try it.
Give it a try and let us know how it works. We love hearing
Yeah.
from all of you.
So I thought we'd make one real quick and just
Oh
stamp.
my gosh!
So this
what
is
a
my
treat.
demo. So I
All
just
right, so you've already
I've
traced.
already cut it out, and I think the edges. So then I thought we would just let's do a
Look how organized Becky is. All her stencils are on a ring,
gotta.
and they look really clean too.
Well, don't look too close.
They look really clean, and I know you're a mixed media person.
So we'll just take.
Do you need a brush or anything?
You know what? That was
we've
one
got Penny
thing
right here.
I forgot.
Could you get us a craft mat and what would you rather have, a brush
Whatever,
or
I don't care.
foam?
It can be
She's
either one.
stenciling, so maybe one
I
of our
totally
brushes.
forgot. I thought I was
And
so
you know what,
organized.
Becky? I'm walking over here, but I think I'm still showing Becky. Would you like this?
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea.
I think there's even a small one there.
Yeah, we'll just take this one.
We work on the fly here, Becky, although you're not really working on the fly because you knew what you were doing.
Well, not so much
But-
because I didn't bring something to.
I know, but you've got it all handled here. Oh my gosh, I'm going to move these out of your
Let's
way
use
a little
hickory
bit.
smoke. Even though hickory smoke's
So
not
you're
a
going to
real.
use hickory smoke,
And I'm just
oxide. She's
yeah.
using the oxide. Penny ran to get us some
Well, here, while we're
equipment.
waiting for that, let's go ahead and stamp the snowman
Okay.
and a saying. So we're just going to use the snow because I wanted a winter one, and
Because she thought this one was a little too thick.
yeah.
Just because Twig and Stump, they've got a few layers, especially when you start adding the hats and.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Thank you, Penny. I found a map. Thank you very much. Oh, does that help? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I stamped that. That probably should have been in black. Let's do black for this. But it's okay. It'll work.
That'll be great.
Okay, and we'll stamp this.
The Tim Holtz stamps stamp very nicely, and Becky's using Tattered Christmas.
And I didn't do that very well, but
It
that's
looks
okay.
good. It's not supposed to look perfect, so she's using Tattered Christmas.
Which is a good one.
Yeah, it's got sayings and images, which is
Yeah.
what I really like.
Okay, so we've got that. We will use this snowman and maybe,
So we're going to add some snowflakes. And we're using the little brushes from iCrafter.
and we'll just stick some around.
You can tell it's an exact science for Becky. That she's doing it very
Yeah, you don't care.
precise.
Yeah. And then you can look, and if you want more, you can go. Well, that didn't show up very well, did it?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
We'll add a few more.
Stenciling Becky is on my list of what I want to do more of. And I just finished my Scary Makers project for Scary Makers, and I did
fun.
the stenciling on it. So kind of proud of myself.
There, so there
Oh,
you can
that
see
looks
some
good,
snowman.
yeah.
We need something right here. Let's put it right there.
See how you can just go back and add if you want to? That's what I had to do. I stenciled bats.
Let's do some little ones up here. And you can go off the edges, like down here. Let's do some off the edges.
It looks good when they go off the edge, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay, so we've got that. We've got our thing. We could go in with Winkostella,
So
and we
this
could.
is the Winkostella. It's a brush marker, but it's filled with sparkle.
Is that
so
even doing anything? Yeah, it is a little bit.
You have to kind of see it in the right light, and we don't have necessarily the right light here.
Well, and I think my pin's kind of getting
Well, we know where we can
to
get
its
you a new
end.
one.
I probably, yeah, I need a new
They
one.
thought maybe it was hard to cut this little square up here.
No, it's not bad.
You could probably just poke in the middle of it with an X-Acto knife or something, and then get your scissors in there.
I just poked my Tim Holtz scissors
scissors
in
in
because
the-
it's got enough of a point, and then I just
cut around.
and it wasn't bad. That's why I stopped for a while. And it's up to you. I mean, you could do this. It's a lot easier, and you really don't notice it when you get. Because here, let me show you.
There's not much around the edge of your phone.
We'll do this Halloween one just to show you. You can put that in, and by the time you get your phone in, you don't really see it.
Yeah, you don't see that.
So it's
no.
just if.
Oh, look how cool that looks, everybody.
So I would probably color his nose in orange or do something else. But see how simple that was?
Yeah, you can just get your stuff out
And play.
and make them for all your friends.
Yeah.
If you know what phone they have.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's not like
If
one
they have-
size fits all.
Yeah, if they have your phone, that's great. But otherwise, it doesn't work too well.
I've been thinking through all of this about my phone. I think my phone's a little smaller, but I'm like, oh, what could I do? Because I can even put some pictures. Penny's got the same phone, and she just tried to nab
Well, that's the one that doesn't work. Go ahead,
Twig
Betty.
and, it's Twig and Stump, right? Because
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Ren. Wait, who? Something and Stimpy. Who were those?
Wasn't that Ren and Stimpy? I think you were right.
Ren and Stimpy. We wouldn't let our son watch those, but I think he did anyway. And now look at the world.
I know.
But back in the old days.
And like I said, you could go on Amazon, you can get frames, and they have them all. Like, here's the one I used, and they have all different colors. You've got clear, black, yellow, purple, green, all kind, rose gold, clear.
Well, I think Amazon's going to have a run on clear phone cases.
And I think this one, depending on the color, was like
lot of-
$14 or
A
something.
lot of people are commenting about they want to make these, and maybe you have a clear phone case now, and you can.
You
use
might,
that.
because I didn't realize I did till she said something, and I'm
And
like,
then
oh,
you're
wait
like,
a minute,
Ooh.
I can do that. So.
Yeah, I'm going to take. I think mine might be clear, but it has a little glitter or something on it.
So
So-
that's that.
Becky, that's a treat. I think everybody really loved it. Ren and Stimpy. Okay, Oshra remembered. And she said they love Ren and Stimpy. I remember when our son Nate was pretty young and he wanted to watch it, and we thought it was a bad influence.
Yeah.
And now look at what's on TV. It's
Yeah,
probably
a
silly.
lot worse.
Probably silly. He was pretty young at the time. So there's
Okay.
another view of your phone cases. And stay tuned. Don't go away, because Becky has two projects to show us.
Then here's a little, these books from 49 and Market,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
they go super quick. It helps. I mean, the work's done for
They're
you.
made, they're printed, they're decorative.
It's very easy to do these. So, and I did both of these, and I did them similar. And this small one, I had it done in an evening. Because
believe it.
It doesn't take much to fill these up.
And
Because
we
you
do
don't decorate. By the time you, I mean, like
right,
that.
It's already done.
You put a
just add
picture
up some
here.
Stuff.
You don't have to add anything else if you don't want to. Of course, I did.
Of course.
But they're very simple to use.
So you get two in a pack.
Mm-hmm.
And this one happens to be, the smaller one is a little square, and the larger one is horizontal. Some
Mm-hmm.
of them are portrait, and some are horizontal. They have them for every collection. So if you like the idea, but you want to do a Christmas book
Yep.
or a summer book,
They've got them.
we have those too.
So I've got to add metal to all my books.
Of
so
course.
I added some charms and some stuff from my stash.
Don't remember what that is called. Maybe a swivel clasp or something from Tim Holtz.
Yeah.
We'll have to look that one up.
And then I just added ephemera, their frames, flowers. Oh, and this sticker book. I loved
So is this your mom then?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
And she's here.
And she didn't want me to show in this one. She says, I
What?
look dorky in it. Don't be showing that to people.
She's a little towhead, little cute little blonde girl. So here's Becky's mom sitting over here with Penny. She's here today, and that is really special that your mom's here, and this is your mom's book. So that's really cool.
And in this, you can find a lot of these projects or products together because the Simple Stories, the 49 Market, Tim Holtz, all that goes
They're all
together.
kind of vintagey, and so
So
you're using the essentials, the
Yeah.
Simple Vintage Essentials stickers.
And I love these typewriter stickers, and then some of these words I used in
So
it
are
as
these
well.
words from
Some of
that
those are
same
from the same
sticker book?
Yeah. So this was a good one.
So that is, like we said, the sticker book from Simple Vintage
Yeah.
Essentials.
Mhm.
So she used the letters and all of these, and we're probably going to see more from that.
Yeah, and I added these flowers. These are 49 a Market, but they were too bright. So I tried to add ink, and I did not like that. So then I went and got rose gold and added some rose gold.
Oh, of your
Luster wax.
Luster wax.
And then I did it around the edge as well, on the cover, the back and the front.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. It's
Yeah.
very subtle.
Yeah, I just used a
let me
little.
pull the page open so you can see that luster wax. Boy, I'm going to get my luster wax out. You've inspired me.
Yeah.
I'm inspired.
And then I added stuff inside the film strips as well.
And you know, the film strips come in all kinds of colors.
Yeah, and you'll see several in this.
Oh, there we go, right
Yeah.
there.
And then I used a lot of the 49 a Market frames, but I also used these stitched frames of Tim Holtz in them as well, on top of like ephemera. And then I tore out dictionary quote with sister and brother, because this is all my mom's sister, or my mom and her brother. And ephemera, shaped it.
Oh my gosh, Becky.
More film strips, rub-ons, stickers.
That's so amazing. And to
Same thing
even
here.
have the old pictures like this is really wonderful.
And then I use this a lot in here. Like here, you can see the stitching, and that's out of here. It's the washi tape.
We call that Diane's washi tape because that was like her very favorite washi tape release.
And then this side has the 49 a Market.
So those are
stitch
rub-ons. They look
rub-ons.
just like they're stitched.
Mm-hmm.
And these are called Stitched Essentials 1. And these are brand new. They just came in. You get 2 sheets. You get your normal stitching. And my machine does stitch like this quite often. And then on the other sheets got some hearts and some shorter stitches. And that
Yeah.
really looks like you sewed it. I wanted to keep touching it.
Yeah. So you just add your ephemera, add your pieces, add your stickers. And I thought her hair was kind of crazy here, so I put be your own kind of beautiful.
And you're going to say that in front of her?
Yeah. These clipboards are pretty cool. Where did we put those? Here. She's shaking her finger at me. But they have all these clipboards, but then you also get the clip separate that matches up to each of these clipboards. So I took a clipboard, glued on a picture, and then found the clip that matched
I have
it.
to touch it, Becky. I can't help myself.
And then I pop-dotted it up, and then glued the bottom so it looks like a real clip.
So put your foam dot under the top part and then glue this flat so it looks dimensional like a clipboard.
So then it's a little frame.
Those are $6.99 and here's a picture of what you get.
Yeah, so this was kind of a fun thing to...
They did. That's a nice release. That's
Something
from
different.
the Simple Stories Essentials also.
Yeah. And then here I just added the fabric tape. I took a piece of ephemera, glued the picture on, and then took the fabric tape to make a frame, and then just added a sticker.
Look how cute they are.
And then I used the stitches, and these were some that kind of got messed up because they got stuck to something. So here I'm kind of missing some, but it doesn't.
So is that
it's
washi
fine.
tape or is that rub-on?
No, that's a rub-on,
That's
but
a
it kind of
rub-on.
got stuck
my
to something
gosh.
else, and I kind of lost some, but it didn't matter.
You want it to look kind of
Yeah.
old.
So, and then some of these butterflies, when I was shaping them, like this one, I shaped both wings and glued the body down. This one, I glued the bottom down and just shaped the
And you
top.
showed us that on a previous
Yeah.
video about kind of curling the wings
Yeah.
and then
And the butterflies are
It
the
adds a
only
lot.
thing. Yeah, and I added Winkostella on all the
You
butterflies
probably
as
can't
well.
really tell the dimension. I think you can there.
Yeah,
Just by rubbing them, like wrapping them around a pencil or rubbing
using
them
a
at the
stylus.
edge of the table. Oh yeah, the stylus.
yeah. Again, more of the film strips, more of the stitching.
You guys, I'm sorry, but I have to touch that so I can tell you it's really not sewn. Especially because you did all the sewing a little while ago.
Yeah, and then here I just use that age tape.
And
on
we
it.
have videos on our
Yep.
on our blog and on our YouTube channel of how to make your normal brand new Scotch tape look like this.
And then I used the collage paper. Here I ripped it, and here I wanted just this section, so I actually cut it out. But just use various frames. Here I used Tim's collage paper because they lived on a farm, and this has different scenes of different places.
Oh, I
And-
didn't even realize that. I
Yeah.
should know that because I work here. But I didn't know that. So it's just called photographic collage paper. So
And there's all kinds of scenes on that. And there's a farm scene. So I just used the collage paper from Tim's
so
on
this
here.
is collage paper,
Yeah.
and you put it on with matte medium or
Yeah.
collage medium.
And there was only 2 pictures that I knew the dates on. So if I knew it, I stamped it with that date stamp.
Perfect. And
So-
that butterfly looks amazing also.
And then collage paper here again. And this is washi tape as well. And this over here, I put washi tape all across the top.
Okay, so that's washi. Boy,
Yes.
that looks.
I mean,
that
they've-
does not look like washi tape,
well,
but
you've
there
got
it is.
all these different options. I mean, there's tons that you can use to get different effects.
But it's very clear. It doesn't.
Yeah,
look like
you don't
washi
know
tape.
it. It just, now if you use it, it depends what you use. Because some of this I've used on dark paper and it doesn't look very
Dark
good.
paper is probably going to show
Yeah,
more.
but like this is both washi tape on the bottom and on the top. And you don't know
Gosh.
that.
Well,
So,
that's a great washi tape.
and this is the fabric tape all the way across with ephemera and frames and a thing out of the dictionary, and that's it.
That's it. That's all it is, folks. So the question was about the stickers on the front cover. We had a
Yes.
question, and those are the Simple Essentials. It's from the sticker book from Simple Stories.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you can tell right on the front are the circle ones.
Yep.
But
And
these,
they have
these
them
are
in-
also from there.
Yeah.
So you get 12 sheets of stickers for $8.99. It's a really good one.
So then
Okay, we're coming around the home stretch. Here's our last project.
this is a vignette tray, and I just took the new. We didn't get those.
What was that?
The panels. The new.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have a bell. Can we get?
Ding ding, ding ding.
Becky used one of the new etc. panels
And
here,
then I used the 4 of the little small squares.
but we didn't bring them. Would you mind?
I
grabbing
forgot
them,
that
Penny?
part.
Penny's all over it. But it is cool to know that you started with this tray,
Yeah.
which is the vignette display panel, and a lot of us have used it for a tray to put our supplies in, and Becky's taken it using the back side to
The
actually
backside.
be her surface.
And I put mummy cloth on the outside.
Oh, mummy cloth, Teresa's
And
favorite.
dyed it, and then I stitched the paper and sprayed water on the edges and bent them up, and then they stay like that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so she stitched it and got it wet and rolled up the edges. Thanks, Penny.
Do you want bigger sizes?
I think
The
we
big-
need this
this
big
was
one
the big
too.
Oh,
one.
the big one. Sorry.
So on this, the top one, I did 4 of these and
Oh,
placed
that's
them around,
not okay.
and then put paper on them to connect them.
Okay, I didn't
Because
realize
I couldn't
that.
find the right size to make it the top.
So you made it work.
Yeah. And then I just added the paper, added crackle paste, and then I used the glaze, embossing glaze on top. I sprinkled that
on top
that.
of your. And here's the stencil that you used.
Yep.
I don't know what that's called. Crest. It's called
And
crest.
then, so I used the embossing glaze to make it kind of shine, and I did that around the edges as well. and then added some antique glaze. And on this, I used one of the brads, and I cut some of the brads off the ends, and then used the hammer, Tim Holtz hammer, to kind of dent it up.
Penny, can you get us the hammer?
Yeah.
And then
I think we want to show the hammer because that's kind of an unusual tool.
Yeah, and then I just did the wallpaper bits, ephemera, sticks, and then these little quote things with the little...
So the mummy cloth, oh my gosh, you used a lot of stuff on here. Now the chip quotes are out of stock and they'll probably be in today or tomorrow. And these are the label frames that Tim sized them to fit perfectly. And that's what Becky did
and
right
I did
here on the
put
corner.
frosted crystal on that as well.
Of course you did.
Yes.
Of course.
Nailed them in and knocked them over.
So I don't think we showed the frosted crystal, but here it is. It comes in a larger jar, and I'm sure Becky's gone through a few of these. And it's an embossing powder, and it makes that kind of bubbly, shiny that we talked about. So
There's
with the
the
hammer,
handle.
did you just hit your brad? Okay, so there's the brad.
I just hit it with the bumpy end.
And this is the Tim Holtz tiny texture hammer, and you can see it's got that end so you can hammer and texturize your metallics. And it's $17.99, and it's kind of cute too. I don't know if you could use it on your steaks or not, Becky.
I did use it on the...
Used it on there too?
No, not on your steaks, no.
But you used
But
it
on
on
your
there.
nails. And then I used this frame and these metal adornments, and I just put alcohol ink on the adornments. And then on the picture itself, I put antique linen glaze
Oh, okay.
so that it would look like old glass.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which is what a lot of those pictures are.
yeah. So that's what that is.
And we do have these metal frames also if you were wanting to get some of those.
Yeah, and here's the different panel. This is the bigger size.
This is the new Etc. from
And I
Stampers
used this
Anonymous.
size
So
here
Tim,
for
thank
here.
you. Because now it's not just tags. You know, before
No, you can do-
basically it was just tags, and now he has other surfaces.
And this is kind of cool too. You can take the pieces out and do different.
That sold out first for
Yeah.
us, actually.
So,
It's not sold out now because we got more in, but
so then, how are we doing time-wise? Because I do have the heritage thing that we can do, or we can wait.
have a few minutes.
Okay.
We have a few minutes.
Do
Becky brought it all today. She's bringing it all.
if you want to do a heritage album, you want to look at Janet's information, and she has this because she shows you how to do it, and then
Is that
she
what
has
you-
this.
Is that how you started doing it?
Because
did
of Janet. I
inspire
wanted
you?
to do it, but when I saw Janet's video, and she makes it very,
Doable, I would say.
yeah,
don't
that's
you
the only
think?
way to do it.
She
because
simplifies it.
yes, because otherwise you're just like, how do I even get started? But
So, and this is the handout from Janet's series, and you can order this, and you could download it and print it at home, or we can print a copy for you too. Either way, but it's
Yeah.
got all her series that she has, and it's also on our blog. And I'm sure Janet will link.
Yeah.
Her heart is in heritage
Yes.
scrapbooking for sure.
so I just wanted to go over a few different things that I found when I took what Janet did, but I've got a couple other things.
Oh, we love that.
So one thing is don't go down the ancestry rabbit hole
Okay.
because you'll never get to this. And that's what I did. Because
You went
I was
down the hole.
I started on my mom's side, and you go out and out and out, and your tree gets so big, and I got overwhelmed, and I went back to like the 1600s and 1500s.
Oh my gosh.
And you're like, that's when I was like, I have to talk to Janet. So I talked to Janet at the last crop before this, and I'm like, how do I do this?
How do I stop?
Because I'm so big. I mean, how do you even get it? And she said, go with who you have pictures with. So start with what you have pictures and go forward.
It's nice to have you come in and show this because a lot of us have seen Janet's and what she's done, but I don't know that I've seen anybody that's actually done it.
And then, so start with pictures. And I know there's some people that I've got information on that I will do a genealogy book that I take everything from Ancestry and print it and then put it in a book. And when I go to do that, there might be more that I add to this. Like if I have pictures that I can find, like drawings or information about
Right.
their battles or whatever, I'll put that in this at that time.
Well, and you can do that easily because it looks like you're using the We Are Memory Keepers
Yes.
3-ring album. So
Yeah, and I kind of followed
so you've got
Janet's
yours
thing.
kind
I
of-
put the tree on what I had, the people that I had. and I followed her type of thing, but I used toast in mine.
Oh, yeah, that's a good collection.
And used and I did she did the leaves everywhere. I did that too. And I used a lot of the leaves that I showed last fall, because I made all these leaves up for last fall.
Yeah.
And I used them in this album.
And she's got her journaling here.
Yeah, so I journaled, I put who was in what pictures.
And she's using the dividers.
Yep,
And
those
has
are
those
nice.
labeled. Whoops, there they are. I got it out of the picture.
And then I did a lot of the shaping too.
So Alex and Lucy, where are they in your lineage? Like
They
great
are
grandparents,
my
great.
They are
triple
my
great,
third great
Third
grandparents.
great grandparents. Okay.
And then if I had anything, I made pockets, put it in, and we'll just kind of go
Toast
fast.
is perfect for this.
But
And I don't know that we had toast when Janet was doing her
No,
things.
and I added things from Elizabeth Craft's Reminisce book. I
Oh,
added
yeah,
some Tim Holtz papers. I added Tim's frames, like here. I used original frames plus 49 in Market. This was a Tim frame. This was a 49 in Market. I added my leaves, the acetate leaves I love, film strips. So you can add a lot in here. But just kind of, the first one took me longer than as you go on, they get easier because you've got your format and what you're going to do.
Getting started is
But
probably
once you know
hard.
what you want to do, you kind of follow along. And
Oh my
like
gosh,
I
look at
added all my
this.
leaves. And now one thing I did do different, if I had, like Janet did the people, and then if she had some family pictures, she put a family but didn't go into it. If I knew these people, like I knew these people, they were
Uncle
alive.
Archie and Aunt Cora.
Yeah, and they were around when I was born. So I put a whole section on them because I knew
Because
him.
you know them.
And he was a twin, so I've got the twins. And
Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at their shirts.
Yeah. So I've got some different family pictures that I found, but I didn't concentrate on them like I did these guys. So I thought anybody I know, I'm
I
going
love old
to
pictures.
do some.
Becky, I want you to know that. Okay, wait, I got two things to tell you. Janet says, "Oh my gosh, I'm like a proud mama. I just love this." And then
Well,
Cindy says her uncle is a DeWeese.
A Dewey's, really?
Yeah,
We might be related.
could be.
So I couldn't have done this without Janet, just so Janet knows. I would never have gotten through this. But if I had something from that person, I took a picture like Janet did, because she
Yeah.
said to do that. And I had cards, any type of stuff I had, copies of Bible pages. I made little pockets.
Well, I love too how you labeled what it was.
Yeah.
And put it on your copies.
And if people want to look at it, they can pull it out, whatever.
Becky, everyone's loving this. I want you to know that.
Well,
They're
good.
just-
But I did a lot like what Janet did. This is a Tim Holtz frame. These are 49 in Market. I used old ones too if I had the originals.
So gather up your things that
Yes.
you think you might want to use, put them all in a container, and just put them with
Which
your
is what I
projects.
did. I got frames, I got everything. They had a pine dairy, so I had the ice cream box.
Oh, how'd you get that? Did you just happen to have it?
My mom had it and
Your
she
mom?
gave it to me.
Oh, geez.
What they wrap the butter in, the jars, milk jugs, a piece of it's a thermometer
like a-
picture, but it was advertising the pine dairy.
Oh my gosh.
I had jars and milk.
A label.
Yeah. And then I just, let's see. Now I want to think of something different here, why I was doing it.
And
Because you
there's
don't need-
another divider. So you
Yep.
have it divided by the
By the person.
people.
So now we're going to
Okay.
get to here. This was my great grandparents. And again, here's a Tim Holtz frame. These are the originals.
Look at their pictures. Oh my gosh.
That was just 49 in Market. This one I just glued on a piece of ephemera. And I had a map of where they lived. And it actually showed their farm where that was. So that was kind of cool. And again, leaves and everything. All the leaves that I made, I
Yeah,
tossed them
then you
in.
had them all ready to go.
Yeah. Had the marriage license. And a quilt that her mom made in 1896 for her. And some of the clothes. And I have this picture of I have the shawl and a picture where she's wearing the shawl.
Oh my gosh.
So just put
You
your
never know
stuff
what
in.
you can find.
Put your stuff in. And this she made, and we've all used it in our wedding. She used it in hers, and everybody else has used it. Letters, pictures, stuff that my grandpa had. And again, I mixed the old with the new.
Yeah, that's
And
perfect.
it
Looks wonderful.
blends right in.
I like how you have lots of pockets where you can put this kind of stuff
Because you
in.
get some neat documents. I had the receipt for their first Model T that they had.
Oh my gosh.
And then this was my grandpa's sister, my great aunt. And normally I wouldn't have put this in, but again, she was around even after my grandpa and grandma died. So I thought, and she never had kids, so I'm like, I'm putting her in this because otherwise she'll just kind of get forgotten.
Yeah, I think that's
So I
sweet.
made a whole section with her. And I had her teaching contract. I had her graduation thing. She made a bunch of stuff. Like, here's a contract that she had when she was a teacher.
Oh my gosh.
So,
There's her ID badges.
and certificates, pictures. So anyway, I just want to say you can do different. And when I go to do my husband's, his aunt liked purple. So I'm going to do everybody in brown,
and
but
her
her
in
page, she
purple?
was even buried in a purple casket.
Oh my gosh.
So her page is going to be purple. So even though it's heritage, you can.
She was buried in a purple
Yes.
casket? Oh my gosh.
So her page is going to be purple. And my grandma was totally, my other grandma on my dad's side was totally into flowers. And I know hers is going to be a color too. And I don't know if I'm going to do her whole album in color and everybody else in black and white, or if I'm just doing hers. I don't know yet. But
you'll figure it out. But what a great
but
start
that's
you
just
have.
a couple extra tips on top of what Janet had.
So kind of take
But
the
Janet,
basics and then run with it and do your own thing depending on your family and
Yes.
what you have as far as pictures and information.
Mhm.
And Janet loves that you included her handiwork. And Sheila loves your pockets for the keepsakes. And Lisa's very inspired.
Yeah,
What a
you-
wonderful Wednesday, she said.
Yeah. So have fun, but
well-
get Janet, if you're interested in heritage, get Janet's.
Yeah, we do have a
Thing.
handout, a guide
And
that
watch
you
your
can get. It's
videos.
online. We have a whole section online if you go to themes, and I think it's called Heritage probably, and you can find lots of things there, and you can find Janet's handouts, and you can go to our blog and you can watch her videos. They're very informative, and they're in a series. So you start with number 1, and she tells you how to get started, and she makes it. Don't you feel like, Becky, she makes you feel like you can do it?
Yeah, because otherwise you don't know where to start. It's too overwhelming.
It is very overwhelming. Whether you have a lot of stuff or you don't, she shows you how to get there. And she has a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and you could, I mean, if you don't have a lot, just do it. You can combine. Like I could have combined my mom's side all in one if I didn't have a lot.
Right. You could put it all together.
Yeah, but I've got a grandma one and my grandpa one.
So
So
that's perfect. Becky, I just want to thank you. Wonderful. We got applause. This has been great. We did everything today. Oh my God.
all kinds
We
of
put
stuff.
like 4 videos in one day. Because we did the phone case. We did the album, your mom's heritage little album with the spiral book. We did a panel. You showed us your panel that you made. You showed us heritage, and you showed us your Christmas panels. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a bunch of phone cases. Wow. And you showed us how to make a phone case.
Yeah.
So, and Candy says she's been working on a heritage, so thank you for the extra ideas. And so once again, I already said it, but I'm going to say it again, Becky. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
And everyone have a crafty day. I hope you were inspired today as much as I was. And we'll be back tomorrow. And I think tomorrow we're going to be making some fall cards. So join us tomorrow for Graphic 45 and fall cards. And you guys, if that changes, don't shoot me because it's not really set in stone, but that's what our idea is for tomorrow. So have a wonderful day and we'll see you soon.